This video is brought to you by absolutely nothing.
But why?
Because this channel's not big enough or good enough for the rest of you sheep.
Oh, snap.
You just talked. You'd rather watch clickbait, shills, or agenda-driven douchebags whose biases are showing. No thanks to you.
I mean, come on!
Seriously, the algorithm rewards stupid people.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
After all, you ain't gonna watch this video. But if you do, like, comment, and subscribe to make the algorithm not
Fuck me!
And if you really like what you see here, support us on Patreon.
What's up?
Fuckheads and fornicators, 'tis I, your fearless leader, and well, haven't done a fucking comic book review on this channel for a while, and well, why not? And this time, we're doing a double feature.
Why would you do that?
Because, well, there's only one trade in it, and it's gonna be kind of weird and awkward. You know, first, we got League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and dude, main reason why I wanted to do this, other than I've been promising it, is because I just recently found out, one of my favorite artists anyway, Kevin O'Neill passed away back in November 2022, and I'm obviously a big fan of martial law and wanted to pay homage to him. And also because, well, the movies do not do the comic book justice, and the only one who really covers the comic book is some Lindsay ass bitch who has to fucking throw his little biases in there. And I'm not gonna show you those throw any little biases in it, but dude, the characters are so different from the movie. I mean, for one, Mina is the main character, you know, as in from Dracula, and she has no powers. Secondly, Alan Quartermain's a fucking junkie. Captain Nemo's a douchebag. The Invisible Man's a fucking rapist. Mr. Hyde's a fucking crazy hooker killer. And I'll say their Nick Fury is the great-grandfather of James Bond. And the main villain isn't Moriarty, it's Fu Manchu. And yes, there are a lot of racist stereotypes and a lot of other things in it, but it's fucking awesome. And our story starts with Mina Murray, as in Mina Harker, which went by her maiden name, meeting up with Jim Bond, as in, yes, that Jim Bond, where he tasked Mina to assemble a team to fight for Great Britain in a adventure, we'll say. Her first stop is Morocco, where she encounters Alan Quartermain, who's doped up on fucking opium at, yes, an opium den, where rape happens with her and then Alan Quartermain fucks him up. Then they get picked up by Captain Nemo and the Nautilus, which is epic. As you can tell, Nemo's my favorite character. That's probably why he's probably a lot of people's favorite characters, because he got a spin-off. We'll go on that later. Then they go to France to retrieve Mr. Hyde, who's on a killing prostitutes spree, and in fact, Mina disguised herself as a prostitute to capture you-know-who. Then they go to London to the Miss Rosa Cortez Correctional Academy for Wayward Gentlewomen, and basically everybody attending there have been part of some 19th century erotica. yeah, fucking Alan Moore does not fuck around when it comes to getting as much classic literary public domain characters as you could find. I mean, literally, there's like a lot of them. And while it's happening, random girls are getting raped by the Invisible Man. Then they capture the Invisible Man, and our league is assembled. And then meanwhile, in the east side of London, Fu Manchu, yes, that Fu Manchu, it has a big giant crime wave going on in assembling like war machines to take over the country. And you think this is the main villain, but no. He's actually in a, we'll say a gangland war with Moriarty, because apparently Moriarty survived his fall off the waterfall from Sherlock Holmes, hence why Minecraft Holmes is involved. And dude, just crazy ass shit, man. I mean, dude. And yes, I'll be like the little whiny woke reviewers and say, oh, a lot of racism and blah 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 stuff, but let's be real here. You gotta realize the time period it takes place in and the culture that was around that time. And yeah, the world did not start in the 1800s, dude. You fucking zoomer ass bitches. But back to the story. Yeah, fucking it's a trip. And then it ends with basically a little short story about Alan Quartermain doing some psychedelic stuff, and that's volume 1. And
Comic Book Fables did a story like that, where an anthology issue where they had like these three or four different stories in one issue, and they were always like back in time, right?
Yeah.
And then there was one where Jack from all the Jacks, they're one guy. Back during the Civil War, he met Jack Ketch. Anyway, Jack Ketch is like dirt poor Cajun version of the devil. And they play a game of cards, and Jack is so good at conning people that he wins. And he's got this stack that's endless. Like, he can pull as much shit out as he wants. Jack, he's confronted, like, he's fucking this hot-ass fucking bitch on a fucking plantation. And all of a sudden, all these zombies start showing up. to the house, and it's people that he served with and were killed, and now they're like showed up half blown apart and shit. Just fucking cool shit. With Catch and be like, look, dude, I don't want this. You know, and so he's like, he makes a deal and makes another deal with him to fucking give his shit back, and then yeah, he's fucking killing people again.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It makes sense for the era it takes place in, and the literature's based off of. And all these little douchebags who want to bitch about it can suck up, can, you know, eat a dick. But before we get to anything, now to our new sponsor. Oh wait, we don't have no sponsor because this channel's not big enough or good enough for people, because we're not clickbaiting bitches. We don't bend the knee to either side. We're true anarchists, not anarcho-punk commies, not alt-right fucking douchebags. No, we're the real fucking deal. No thanks to you. And, well, I know I've been lagging on this, but it's here. I know I've read it, I had read it a second time, but here it is. Star Wars Legacy War. And dude, talk about a perfect conclusion of this epic story.
I mean, come on!
As you saw in the last couple of reviews of it, it's finally done. And another thing I've noticed too, after watching the Venture Brothers final conclusion, I had the same vibe I got with this, which is, it should have been longer. Like, Darth Crane's back. He's come back because he's learned from the stuff from Vector and the stuff from, and all the other stuff. He finally goes after Darth Warlock, gets his revenge. Just so many, there's so much stuff to talk about in here that this is why I made my own video.
Come on!
The Legacy Saga ends here. It's an all-out war as the Sith Emperor returns from the dead. Stronger, more evil, more determined, and prepared to unleash a new secret weapon upon the galaxy. Roan Fel's loyalist Imperials, the Galactic Alliance, and the Jedi are all on the defensive, reeling from the attacks by the unified Sith. Kate Skywalker has his own plans for this war. All this time spent running from his legacy has finally shown him that he can't run, and he must stand alone against Darth Crane.
Get on with it.
Yes! Get on with it!
Well, let's start from the beginning. Kate finds out that, you know, obviously Crate's back, so fuck. He has to tell the Jedi and the Galactic Alliance that he's back. They have this whole big, you know, plan. Big battles happen, and then Crate has a secret weapon. The Sith Troopers, which is basically an army of Darth Vaders. Yeah, an army of basically Darth Vaders, which is not good. And well, a lot of redemptions, like, you know, Kate's mom, you know, who's that spy. She redeems herself because, you know, the Sith find out she was a spy for Roan Fel, and Roan Fel has Darth Malady captured, and she has that toxin. She wants to like kill all. They want to kill everybody on Coruscant, and Roan Fel kind of goes mad. One of the Imperial Knights is, you know, he got broken by some turned Imperial Knight who's now a Sith, and they find out where the rebels are, or where our heroes were at. Uncle Bantha sacrificed himself for Cade. Fucking just a lot of crazy shit, dude. I mean, there's so much. I just say fucking read it. And then yes, the final fight. You know, just every like loose end gets tied together, but it still has a cliffhanger ending. You know, kind of like reason being is that way it kind of leads to the other Star Wars Legacy story with Anaea Skywalker, which never obviously gets resolved, and I don't want to read it just because Kate's not in it. But just so much badass shit. I mean, all the redemption. I mean, hell, even Kate's sister joins the good guys. Yeah, and then Kate at the very end. Kate finally realizes that, like, you know, the only way to really get rid of Darth Crane is by crashing him in the sun, and then he gets rescued by his homies, and the end. But yes, there's some Sith out there who have to infiltrate other governments, and that again leads to Anaea Skywalker story, which I will not read. And yeah, you can probably get it in like a big giant collected version of it from Marvel, but I recommend getting the individual, you know, trades, because A, support Dark Horse, fuck Marvel, fuck Disney. I mean, this should be canon, not the crap we have now that all the TV shows are at. I mean, I have no faith in the Ahsoka series. They're gonna ruin it, dude. For one, it's all girl power, so it's just a bunch of girl bosses. I mean, you heard my complaint about it on the other channel, you know. Ezra will barely be in it. Zeb is probably not gonna be in it. It's just three broads girl bossing against Thrawn, and they'll probably downplay Thrawn. But yeah, this should be canon, not this fucking crap we have now. I mean, really, you got rid of the expanded universe, you know, badass shit like this. I mean, this is like the best conclusion you'll ever get with Star Wars. I know a lot of you, you know, fucking fucking shills, nerds, and obviously incels don't like Cade because he's such a douchebag and you know, avoids his fucking destiny. But the way I see it is, if you read this, you can shut the fuck up. And secondly, you're just mad because he's a womanizer and a drug addict, which makes him awesome. It gives him his flaws. Like, you'd never see Ray be a drug addict or a personizer. Yeah, hands down, read this fucking thing. I'm done with this bullshit. Like, you're not gonna watch this, but if you do like what you see here, comment, like, dislike, share it if you want. I go into more detail, but I'm just trolling anyway. I mean, after all, I gotta go on Sub Pals and YG Pals just to get 100, maybe 200 views on this fucking thing, and you all can suck it. Shout out to my patrons.
Necro Dicky, Shadow Vessel, The Fly Attractor, Count Morivon, Janitor Jake, Ryan Zacher, Gary Mossberg, and James Quinn.
Yay! Back to my regular weekly rants rather than covering a show that is grueling to watch.